Salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. V back with another casted game of Age of Empires 3. And folks, we have the return of the Swede Master. It is Shake 2020, playing in the northwest corner of the map in the color red. As, of course, the Swedes. I love Shake Sweden. It is so clean. Asking his opponent to resign at the 25-second mark. The confidence on this man. What an absolute chat. Collecting his wood and already starting to herd that pack of gazelle towards this coin mine so that they can be gathered on from those delicious torps. And his opponent playing in the southeast corner of the map in the color blue as India. We have another username that I cannot say. And so to not insult anyone's culture or language, I'm going to go with Bluey, but because this is the second time we've done that, we will call him Tui. So we have Tui in the southeast corner of the map, as I said, and this is a good map for India. We do have plenty of yaks. He's already getting some in, which are going to give India that wonderful free XP. And he's got the two explorers, the two elephants, as opposed to Shake's one normal explorer. So he should be able to get an early yak advantage and clean up some of these more smaller guardian, but more guardian treasures. These are what these elephant explorers are built for, because they can do that sort of area effect damage and clear out those guardians relatively quickly. But against really strong guardians, they tend to be a little bit weaker because they don't have as much HP. And now Shake has switched to bribery. $10 whole if Tui resigns the game. I don't know if that's the currency that Tui uses. Probably doesn't use dollars, but he's sending distributism, deciding not to resign in the presence of the mighty Shake. He must be made of stern stuff, our Tui. Meanwhile, Shake is going to be picking up 75 wood, but Tui's explorer is in the vicinity. Tui, does he see it? Yes, he does. He sees the colonial gunslinger in combat. He's going to go for that treasure steal. Let's see what happens. Bringing in the second elephant as well. Is he going to get it? Oh, I think Shake dipped just a little bit before. And Shake is going to hold on to that 75 wood treasure and drive off both of Tui's explorers. We could see a bit of a yak steal here. Oh no, don't lead him right into this. These are so important for India. They provide such an awesome XP boost. Oh, really nice. Okay, so he's using the yak to get unsnared with his elephant. That was a really nice play by Tui. I don't know if it absolutely worked, but it was a good attempt, and he's going to be in protection of his town center here. So he might lose his elephant, but he'll be able to revive him relatively quickly. I think, yeah. Okay, he did send Distributism as his first card. Meanwhile, Shake sending 3 villagers, because of course he did, going for the wood, all villagers to wood, and probably going to be getting up a lot of torps in the transition. Meanwhile, Tui going for the aggro fort in the middle of the map. I don't know if I love that placement. It does protect this middle TP if he decides to go for, I mean, maybe he's going for some sort of trading post play. That's not super like India to do, but it's possible they gather a lot of wood. I don't know. I don't love this. I just, it's not defensive. It's kind of in a more barren spot on the map, but who am I, right? Who am I? Meanwhile, Shake going for the torps, and this is something I love about Shake Sweden. I love that he doesn't just build all of his torps on one mine at a time. That's what a lot of people do. That's what I do when I play Sweden, because it's just easier to just go to one mine, build 4 torps, and then move on to the next mine. But you're actually hedging your bet when you do that, because let's say 5 sepoy come out of this aggro fort, and they go up here. Well, yeah, they might siege that 1 torp, but that's not going to be nearly as bad as if you had all 4 torps up here. Then they all go down and your economy is severely hampered. So really, really high level move by Shake. I would expect nothing less from the Swede Master himself. He's going to have his first card available right away in the second age. Let's see what he goes for. He did age up with the governor. Come on, Shake, what do you got for us? Ooh, Tui stealing his wood there. All right, Outpost comes out. First card in. What is it going to be? Dominions? I'm calling it. Yep, Dominions is the card. Outpost going down as well as the barracks. And I'll bet you, if I was a gambling man, I'd bet you those 4 torps are going to pop right out and right on that gold mine. But we'll see. Is that a gold mine? That's not gold, is it? Nah, it's silver. Okay. You'd think I'd be able to tell silver between gold, but you'd be surprised. Tui, meanwhile, getting foreign logging. Ooh, quite greedy of Mr. Tui. And Agrifort is up, so both players now into the second age. None of them have made... No, okay, so they are making military units. Sepoy for Tui, Karelians for Shake, because what else is Sweden going to make in the second age? Come on, we all know this. And Shake sending 700 wood, so being pretty greedy with his economy as well. Neither player's going for anything all in, but they both are making military units. Now, at this point in the game, India is going to have a substantial advantage. These are going to be unupgraded Karelians. They are not going to have any cards or arsenal upgrades, no veterancy, and going up against Sepoy, one of the strongest muskets in the game. There's 180 HP on a Sepoy, only 150 on a Karelian. Sepoys have 25 ranged attack, only 19 for Karelians. And he's got these two elephants, which can do so much tanking, and they can snare effectively. Such a great explorer in combat. And that's kind of one of the things I've been trying to get better at, is using my explorer in combat. I tend to just kind of let him sit there or immediately get killed, but using it in those first fights can be really important. But Shake going to lose Andre Stockenstrom. That is probably not how you say that at all. I'm sorry to all my Swedish fans if I have any. And it looks like Tui sending in the 700 coin while this musketry duel breaks out, and he's going to be able to deal with those first 5 Karelians. But the one advantage the Karelians have is that they are substantially cheaper than the Sepoy, but both players deciding to disengage there. I think Tui probably would have been able to win that fight as well. Sepoy just so strong. Doing a really nice job hurting here. He does have his market down. And what did he send? Did he get his third card? Yeah, he sent 700 coin. And Shake went for Dominion, 700 wood, and then Engelsberg Ironworks. So very greedy torp play here from Shake, and I think he's going to be able to get away with it. He's now double producing Karelians. Market upgrades are coming in as well. Hunting dogs and gang saw and greatcoats all coming in as his villagers start to get a little more spread out. We're starting to see more torps coming out on those original gold mines. He's at 130 torp population, and we're not even at the 7-minute 30 mark. So really, really efficient builds from Shake. This is what I'm talking about, right? His Sweden is just so clean, ladies and gentlemen. And he's got 19 Karelians out on the map. Now, I would love to see Tui go for Gurkha here. You know that Shake is going to be going very heavily into Karelians. Let's get some Gurkha out, Tui. Meanwhile, he's just got these Sepoy. It looks like he's going up to age 3. Very, very nice. Getting the Taj Mahal. And I like this play. I like that Tui is deciding not to engage Shake in the the second age. This Fortress Age play feels right. And he hasn't really been pressured at all. These Karelians making a wide sweeping maneuver around the map, but they haven't been able to find much. And I wouldn't be surprised if Shake starts macroing for an age 3 himself. He's nowhere close to aging right now, but is sending the 700 coin. He has almost all of his villagers on food. So I think, well, no, he's got about 6 on wood, but he's got most of them on food. And I think within the next probably 90 seconds to 2 minutes, he'll get those resources in. He has stopped making Karelians, and he'll get aged up himself. He sees the Taj Mahal, 1 villager getting shot, and the ceasefire immediately coming in for Tui, and a really nice use of that ability. Probably saved another 2-3 vills, but it will wear off eventually. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that the town center still fired even after the ceasefire has been called. Okay, so that is something to know. If you go into India's base and he calls ceasefire, the buildings will still hurt you. So just something to keep in mind, but this is going to be a very decisive victory for Shake here. And let's see how many Karelians he's got out. He's got out 21 unupgraded Karelians, but Tui is in the 3rd age now. He has access to 2 Howdas gonna come out, and these guys will be able to outrange the Karelians easily. And I think these 2 Howdas could solo all of the Karelians on the map right now. They are such a strong unit. They have 72 ranged attack, 16 range. Meanwhile, the Karelians only have 12, so these units, they're pretty quick too, so really, really good stuff. And yeah, Shake does not want any part of that. He's going up to age 3 himself, still producing double Karelian, and these infantry are only going to get stronger, and they're only going to get scarier. But was he able to get a shot in on the Howdah? No, he's just killing those sentries. Gotta keep these Howdas protected, though. You don't want to lose them. They are expensive units. Tui! Okay, now he's kiting. I was worried there. I was like, he's going to lose that elephant. You can't just let Howdas sit there and engage. You have to use their range. And finally is doing that now, double kiting with both elephants. Really, really nice micro. And what is Shake going to do? First shipment coming in, it is going to be... Yeah, okay, so immediately Snap Block coming in. He wants those Caroleans upgraded, and I think that'll do a really nice job of helping deal with these Howdas. It gives them, what does it give them? +3, +3, +3, +3 line of sight. Yeah, so a really, really nice Caroline upgrade. But more Howdas coming out. We're now up to 3. And India trying to push this advantage while he has it. Veteran Caroleans immediately getting slammed down. And we have still not seen any other units. But why would you need them, right? When you got Caroleans, you don't need much else. 160 tort population for Shake now. Veteran Caroleans now coming out. They're going to be not even with the Howdas, but they are going to be able to put up a much better fight and at least tank some of that damage a little bit better as well. They are now up to 15 range as opposed to the 16 range of the Howdas, so still very slightly being outranged, but the kiting is not going to be as easy for these Howdas now. It's going to have to be very, very precise. Meanwhile, is he going to kill a villager here? These two little Caroleans, they're going to take a vill. There's 27 vills for Shake, 32 for Tui, but we also have to take into account Shake's tort population, which is still at 160. And the Howdas coming back, not able to save that vill. Both players not quite out of natural resources. In fact, Shake still has a ton of food up here, though it's not very protected. But within their immediate base, they have started to run out of food, and now using the Howdas to siege, and these guys do have good siege damage. They have 70 sieged attack, so they can get up close, they can get up dirty, and they can take out these torps very, very effectively. Nice move here by Tui. I like how proactive he's being with his army. I like that he's moving around. I like that he's trying to do as much damage as possible while also not letting himself get engaged by the main force. And look at the amount of Caroleans out for Shake now. 32 Caroleans, and I'm sure more are on the way. Meanwhile, Tui sticking to this pure elephant play, making just Howda, but these guys are so expensive. They are 600 resources a pop. So what do we got? We got 600, 1200, 1800, 2400. We have 3,000 resources worth of stuff. And he's got 2 Mahouts, which is like, what, another 500 resources? So it's a small army, but it is packing so much weight, and he's going to be sending them immediately up here. Oh, he's got 3 Mahouts. He's going to send them up here. He's going to try to take out those torps, losing 2 Howdas. Oh, that is brutal. That is 1,200 resources down the drain, and you really cannot mess with these Caroleans once they get those upgrades and they get that veterancy. They turn into such an intimidating unit, even though during Age 2 they feel kind of flimsy. Shake, he has now sent, platoon fire as well, so these guys are only going to get stronger. Meanwhile, these Mahouts being useful. He knows he can't take on Shake directly, and it looks like Shake's going for the throat here. He's tired of running around chasing these elephants, so he's going to try to attack them at the source, force them to come home and fight him. But right now, he's still on pure Caroleans. I would love to see some Gurkha here. Oh, some Gurkha would be so efficient, and they wouldn't be as bad if you lost them. Another Howda going down. Mahouts being chased off by Caroleans. It's just Caroleans all over the place, folks. Another town center going down for Tui, building his economy. He is now at 39 vills to 31 for Shake, but I think the military advantage is really starting to sway in Sweden's favor. And I don't know if this pure elephant play is good enough. I think elephants are really good, but by themselves, I just don't know if they have the juice. But out come the Urami. Are they going to get involved? If they get stuck in, they could do a lot of damage to these Caroleans. And yes, they are now getting stuck in, actually doing a decent amount of damage. But it looks like there will be enough Caroleans to deal with them. And meanwhile, Shake just continuing to send these little platoons around the map. He's got 1 platoon, 3 platoons. Just moving them all over the place, trying to engage Tui wherever he goes, and Tui just trying to kite as best as he can. But the more Carolines on the map, the more map control that Shake seizes, the harder it's going to be to avoid a direct confrontation, continuing to take out Torps, but Shake is now at the point where his economy can rebuild them almost immediately. He's still at 140 Torp population, taking out another Howdah. And I would say at this point, Tui's probably lost 2,000, 3,000 resources worth of elephants. And he really hasn't been able to do that much, right? He's been killing Carolines. He's even got some surgeons out to heal those Howdahs, but I don't know if Shake's gonna let him get away with that. Oh, you can bell up surgeons. I didn't know that. And chasing off these Mahouts as well. So many resources worth of elephants now down the drain. And what does Tui have to combat this? Sending his 8 Gurkha now, I think that would have been useful earlier. Oh, don't pop him out there. Oh no, they're gonna get caught. Oh. These would have been really useful, but they literally popped out right next to the Carolines, and the Carolines went, huh? And those 8 Gurkha, that is going to be a waste of a shipment. And Tui is looking at a bad spot right now. Gonna lose this town center, and Shake now just starting to abuse the fact that he has this relatively cheap musketeer that has been uber powered by upgrades. Just one Howdah left to fight back, but it is on such low HP. And gonna lose this town center, I would say for sure. It's on about half HP, and there's 10 villagers inside there. And the lead for Tui is exactly 10 villagers. So if he's able to take down this town center, the Vill lead could be evened up. And with his Torp economy, Shake would be in an economic lead. But more Howdahs coming out now. 3 Howdahs on the map. But again, as soon as they get into direct contact with the Carolines are fast enough, and they now do enough damage that they can kind of trade relatively evenly with these Howdahs. Surgeon's gonna go down. Oh, we have a medical emergency. Wow, those surgeons tank a lot of damage. 386 HP, and they have a 10% range resist. I did not know that. Why are surgeons so bulky? Town center going down, villagers being massacred. Tui now down to 40 vills versus the 36 of Shake. And let's see what Shake is sending. He has sent 9 Carolines. It's just all Carolines. No Jaegers, no cannons. Although we do know that Shake loves the Caroline Jaeger combo. It is a really, really nice composition. Now Sepoy's coming out, but these guys are not disciplined. They do not have the upgrade. And I think the standard Indian army is what Tui should have gone with. Maybe mix in a couple of elephants here and there, but going for pure elephant, it just doesn't work. Not against Shake, that's for sure. Should have taken the $10, pal. Oh, Shake, salt in the wound. Oh man, you have no honor, sir. How could you? Might lose this Agrifort next. There are a decent amount of Howdah on the map. There's 5 of them, but they cost so much. Gurkha coming out now. And these will be a nice complement to the Howdahs. And I wonder if Shake's going to switch up his composition at all. Nope, more Carolines. Hasn't built a stable yet. 18 minutes in the game, folks. No cannons. No nothing. Just Carolines. Just as King Charles XII would like it. Shout out to you if you get that reference. And yeah, both players just kind of battling for their half of the map right now. And I mean, the economies, I wanted to say that Tui was in a pretty commanding lead, but now he's actually down by 2 villagers. Lost a ton when he lost that town center. And these elephants are just so difficult to maintain, and Shake has eaten up so many of these coin mines that he knows where Tui's villagers are, and he can get juicy raids like this one. 5 more villagers going down, only 33 for Tui at this point, and now Shake has the commanding economic lead if you add in the extra Torps, which he is now at 160, so he's already rebuilt that Torp economy as well. Not at the full 200, but taking out these Gurkha, catching up to these Howdah. And what do we got coming out here? We have Redcoats coming out from Tui, and more Carolines coming out from Shake, sending 2 Mahout Lancers. Might be good if they're able to catch these Carolines in one big ball and do their area attack. But we'll see. Redcoat's going to try to snare them from the flank here. Are the Mahout Lancers going to come out of the Agrifort? It's still about 30 seconds before they arrive. We will have to see. Oh, is Sheikh going to engage here? It looks like he will, but the Redcoats will do fairly well, sending his men into melee now. And the Caroleans certainly too much for those Redcoats. And their numbers are just staying constant. And they're so easy for Sheikh to keep pumping out. More villagers going down. Now 40 villagers for Sweden, only 33 for India. Out come the Mahu Lancers. They're trying to engage. But they can't quite get on the Caroleans. They're not able to snare. Sheikh trying to kite effectively, even as his men in cover mode to take less damage. And the Howdahs gonna be left all by themselves. Once again, more Howdahs coming out. I would just love for Sheikh to make one other unit. And Tui actually gonna clean this up. Has Tui sent any of his upgrades? Okay, he has. He has sent Elephant Combat. That's why those Howdahs are doing so much better. So yeah, now we're kind of back to where we were at around the, I don't know, 15-minute mark, where the Howdahs were doing really, really well against the Caroleans. Does that give them a range upgrade? No, it doesn't upgrade their range. Just upgrades their attack. Still a really good card, though. Gurkha's coming out from Tui. Caroleans coming out from Sheikh. Paper Cartridge and Flintlock now coming out. The arsenal upgrades. Where is that arsenal? It's around here somewhere. There it is. The upgrades are on the way. The Caroleans are only going to get stronger. Is he going to get a snare here with his Explorer? Might be able to get some good shots off with these Howdah. 16 versus 15 range here. But more villagers going down. So many random villager losses here for Tui. And he's really starting to run out of resources here. He's only got a few vills on berries here. He's even starting to run out of trees, having to go all the way to the back of the map. And oh no, more villagers. All 5 of these villagers are going to die. And they are going to die brutally, ladies and gentlemen. 31 vills for Tui. 45 for Sheikh. And guess what? It's more Caroleans. Oh, Sheikh, never change. Sending copper mines now. The coin mines are starting to dry up. And ooh, we see a villager raid for Tui here, finally. Giving a little back to Sheikh, fighting fire with fire. Out come the Minutemen. And these guys will also do really well against the Howdahs. Oh, can they kill that? Howdah is on 5 HP. Nope, not going to be able to get it. But I don't think his Explorers are... Nope, they're not up, so they cannot get healed. He's got a good batch of Gurkha out now. Are these guys disciplined? Yes, he does have the discipline upgrade. Oh, I missed this little block of Caroleans in the back of the map. And this is Tui's only safe coin mine. And it's not even that safe. Yeah, India is really quickly running out of resources. I mean, he's got some in the south and the north, but they're just so hard to protect. There's so many little batches of Caroleans just wandering around the place. Another Howdah going down. There's just not enough Gurkha here to ward him off. And I don't know what it is, but every time I see Tui get his Gurkha involved, he always seems to just run them right up to the Caroleans where they get shot to death. Kite, 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 kite. Every one of these units can kite. Well, he's just going to take it. And I mean, he's going to win. Light infantry do good against heavy infantry. Wisdom of the day, folks. But I don't know. I think Sheikh's kind of running away with this one now. I think he's playing with his food. He's got 170 torp pop. He's got 46 vills, 36 vills for India, but he just doesn't have a lot going for him. I think as soon as Sheikh switches and adds in like some Hussar here, I think India's done. I actually think Sheikh's persistence in Caroleans is what's causing this game to go longer at this point. More Howdah coming out. And the Gurkhas are actually doing well. Does Tui have a shot here? Surely not. I mean, he's down like 9 villagers. This is age 3 Sweden. Caroleans fully upgraded. Sheikh's now getting some Hussar in. Where's that stable at? Has he got a stable somewhere? Why can't I find buildings? Minutemen going down. Where is the stable? Am I blind? Oh, there it is. Right next to his town center. I am blind. So Hussar coming out. along with double Caroline, that is going to shake up the board quite a bit, because now these Gurkha cannot just kite with impunity. And while there are enough Howdah here to ward off Hussar, even if they have to come back and shoot at the Hussar, they will get in range of the Karelians. And there's enough Karelians here that they might be able to one-shot a Howdah if they get a good volley on it. We'll have to see. Do these Hussar have veterancy? They do. Okay, so they're going to be even better at tanking and allowing the Karelians to do their work. And now a ton of villagers on wood here for Tui. He's getting up that second town center. 40 villagers now. Sheikh is at 54. Holy cats. He does have a second town center as well. He's got a full army of 37 Karelians, and now with the 10 veteran Hussar, this is going to be a really tough fight for India. We'll see if he manages to use his Howdah. His Howdahs are going to have to be MVPs in this next fight, but ooh, gonna lose some vills here. Ow, one goes down, 2, 3, 4. Tui cannot afford to lose these. And where are the Hussar at? He has not engaged them yet. He's keeping them in reserve. I think he wants Tui to come forward. He wants him to be bold. He wants him to stick those Gurkha out a little bit too far. Ooh, got a bill kill here. And a shipment coming in. Could send 10 Jaegers. Just needs about 700 more coin. Those would be really good against the Howdah and even pretty good against the Gurkha. I don't think cannons are what he needs right now. They're too slow. They're too immobile to take on this Indian army. Ooh, is this the catch we've been waiting for? It might be. No? Okay, Tui gonna pull out just the right time. He may have seen these few Hussar sneaking around the back, but there are now a ton of veteran Hussar, and he's gonna get the double pincer. Let's see it. Are the Howdahs going to be able to do work? They're in such a bad spot. They're going to be in range of the Karelians. Are the Hussars going to be able to snare them and at least slow them down? Oh my god, those Howdahs, they do so much damage to the Hussar, but these Hussar are getting caught up on these villagers. They need to be on the Gurkha. Karelians have now caught up though. Tui actually fighting this really, really well. This was well kited by India. I still don't think this wins in the game, but that was about as good as that fight could have been. He cleaned up all of those veteran Hussar. That was really, really good. And I think maybe just a little bit of miss micro by Sheikh there, not getting his Hussar onto the Gurkha. But he's being so persistent here, right? He's not giving up. He's just gonna keep pushing until there's no more map for Tui to run to. He just doesn't care. He just wants to kill these elephants. One going down, and a ceasefire being called by Tui. And look. Oh man, Sheikh's like, I don't care. I'll just follow you around, dude. I'll wait. Oh man, gonna be over in 5, 4. Oh, he's even got some Hussar. 2, 1, and in comes the fight. And this is just going to be so ugly for India. He's in a terrible spot here. The Howdahs have been caught. The Gurkhas are gonna be massacred. And this looks like it might be game. More Gurkhas coming out, but at this point, Sheikh is 61 vils, 200 torp economy to only 39 vils from India on a map that is pretty quickly running out of resources except in a few isolated pockets. And Sheikh, more Karelians coming out, going up to age 4 now with the King's Musketeer. And so I think Sheikh is in a very, very steady lead. He might have to pull back a little bit here. Tui might have bought himself another few minutes of survival. But once Sheikh gets up to age 4, he might just resign. Tui actually has a lot of resources here. He's got 1,500 food, 700 gold. He's floating a lot of stuff. And meanwhile, Sheikh keeping his resources relatively low. Double Karelian and veteran Huss still in queue. He's got the 2 factories. He's got the Osmond process. He's got heavy cannons, and he's got another Karelian upgrade. Ooh, that will be really good. Resists against range damage instead of melee, which is perfect if you are fighting an army of Howdahs and Gurkhas. So maybe that'll be the first card he sends. No, he'll send factories, right? He'll send factories. We'll have to see, though. Sending these Hussar out to raid, maybe? Pick up some vils? Oh, is he going to see this town center? I think he is. Town center going to get up here. The Howdahs are coming to intercept, but they might not be able to save the explorers in time. Going to pull the explorers away. And Shake is not going to be able to siege that town center, though he will delay it. Meanwhile, Caroline's moving in once again. Gurkha's doing some free damage there. I don't know if Shake's just getting a little sloppy with his micro, or he doesn't know where he wants to go. He doesn't know his next step. Siege elephants coming out. I don't know what those are going to do. Maybe he thinks Shake is going to go heavy cannons or falconets or something. Preemptively. Oh, he did send it. Okay, so Sofia Lifeguard coming in. Guard Caroline's immediately getting slammed down. Saving up those resources. And it's not very often you see Guard Carolians on a 1v1, so we'll have to see what this upgrade looks like here. It's about in. Oh, the card and the upgrade are about to come at the same time. That was super well timed by Shake. And there's the guard upgrade. Not the best looking. Honestly, they just kind of look like veteran musketeers still. But hey, what are you going to do? All right, let's check the Vills. 65 for Shake, 48 for Tui. And Tui is looking in dire straits right now. He is very, very quickly running out of resources. Oh no, Tui. Tui, no! Oh. And he resigns. Okay, so he sees the Carolines, he sees the guard upgrades, he sees more Vills about to be killed, and he just says, I'm done. Oh, you know what? I give props to Tui. That was actually, he held out longer than I thought he would against just a Swedish Caroline onslaught. But I think if he had gone standard army, you know, Gurkha, Sepoy, maybe even, I don't know, try to get some Urmi or Mahouts in on the side, I think he would have done a lot better versus just this pure Caroline spam. But we'll have to look at it in more detail. Guys, follow me to the post game. All right, here we are in the post game, and the resources were very substantially in Shake's favor by the end of the game. 17,000 ahead, and most of that coming in food. We look at the military tab, a very small military for Tui. He invested very heavily in those elephants, which I thought at first were going to be really effective, and then as he continued to make them, I was not such a firm believer. But if you guys are a fan of the elephants for India, any of my India mains out there, please let me know. Am I not respecting the elephant play enough? Okay, call me out if I am. But 321 units for Shake, and 283 of them were Carolians. That's like, what, 90%, 95% of his army? And when we look at the timeline here, this is the part that's going to get ugly. Ooh, look at that villager graph for Tui. Was doing really, really well. Had a very big villager lead, 47 to 35 at the 16-minute mark. And then look at this. In the course of a minute, goes all the way down to 35, then to 32, then to 31, then builds up, goes back down to 35, and ends the game at 48. So basically where he was about 15 minutes earlier. So that is really rough. We've all been there before. And then Shake, 65 Vills by the end, full torp economy. Was just too strong. And yeah, still really well played by Tui. I love seeing India. I love seeing Sweden. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the replay. I'll be back in a couple days with another one. Until then, have a great day. Have a great life. See you later.